Good morning. This is Bayou Queen coming in this morning, doing a mediumship talking to heaven reading. So we're going to go ahead and see what these messages are this morning. So I have become one of your guides is one of the first message in this morning. Okay, so a loved one is coming in. Looking at this right now, this does seem like a mother energy. So if you have lost your mom, she's saying, I always give you a good night kiss. Wanting you to know that, while we're here on earth, working really hard, trying to be a better person. Earth is our school. It's preparing us for the grander picture. Okay, don't be afraid of things. Don't be afraid of my death. Don't be afraid to live. And definitely don't be afraid to move on without me, is what's coming in for you. Okay, if you've been upset, not giving yourself permission to heal or let go of guilt, let go. Okay, let's see what other cards are coming in this morning. It was my time to go. So that your loved one is saying today that it was their time to go. Okay, and we have footprints in the sand here. Maybe you used to walk on the beach with this person. It is beautiful where I am. So if you've had any questions about how things look where your loved one is, then definitely they're letting you know today that it's beautiful where they are. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Things that, should have been resolved, problems, and especially for leaving so fast. Your loved one is saying that they're sorry, that, please forgive them. They want you to know that they feel healthy and happy now that they are in heaven. So if they were ill and not doing well, they are now. They're doing really, really well. All right. So the next card in is we have been together in dreams already. And I feel like, if this mother figure has passed away recently, you may have already had some dream visits coming in. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. So they are acknowledging, some things here, wishing that they did live differently. And they are over here learning, okay? So there's a lot going on in this new transition. I will always point you in the right direction. And I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. I just want to see where this energy is going. Okay. You are still very connected to your loved one. And it doesn't have to be a romance to be a soulmate connection. Your mom could have been your best friend. And I am only just a thought away. So I am getting, with this card and the imagery coming in, of course, there is a little girl here. So I do feel like this reading is for a woman who has lost her mother and a new passing. Okay, so she wants you to know that she's okay. You still have this connection with mom and that she loves you very much. You may have already, like I said, had dreams come in. And you could have taken a walk since this passing. Could be sitting next to a lake. It could be somewhere where you're looking at the clouds reflecting off the water, remembering a time of being young, mom's around, things like that. So I do see, some nostalgia, some sadness for sure. And if your mom has left you something, it could be a piece of jewelry. It could be even a shirt or a scarf, something that she might have left behind. Cling to that, and try to remember what you can. If you have her recipe books, I'm not sure why that's coming out. If you do have her old recipe books or a recipe, perfect it, use it, cook, feed your family, try to remember her through the small things, And there could be a place specifically that you used to go to with her, maybe near water that you've went and visited recently. So I am surrounded by loving animals. So with this being here and this card coming out next to it, there is a dog here. So if you did have a childhood pet, you know, mom is just saying, you know, she's surrounded by loving animals, hers included, and yours. Okay. Pretty interesting, actually. As a soul, I can be in several places at once. So they do travel the speed of light, guys. Like, they can be multiple places. You know, if you have sisters and brothers and other family members who are grieving your loved ones, just saying, hey, I can be everywhere and do this, you know, be there for all of you. I will always point you in the right direction. You know, this fork in the road, which path do I take? Just know your loved one's going to support you and be there no matter what. You know, like I always say with this card, you know, you may be feeling like, I'm going to let my mom down if I take this path. That's not going to be the case. However, if they hope that you would take a different route, they're not going to interfere with your free will, but they're going to be there cheering you on and maybe helping you get back on track if you do take the wrong road. Okay. So let's look at your response to loss as the first card in. We're going to pull a couple of these and just see what your healing grief messages are. So your response to this loss at this time, today's message from the healing grief cards is saying to you today to take the time to grieve all that has been lost. The love, the laughter, all the ups and downs. As you move through the pain, the memories will be your cushion. So that is beautiful. And I usually pull about 2 of these. What is the additional card to your response to loss? Children are often the forgotten grievers. Include your children in the grief. So if you are a mother yourself and you've just lost your mom, you know, bring your adult or children into the mix. You know, let them know what's going on, how you're feeling. You can be vulnerable, you know, show them, you know, grieving's okay. Show them that grieving is a result of love, and that it just means you loved your mom very much, and that you know, are justified in feeling the way that you do. And let them know, reassure them that, you know, it's healthy, it's natural to grieve, and that it's okay. Okay. Understanding grief. Okay. Hope keeps suffering in check. There is hope for healing and more loving grief. All right. In grief, we must release the role of victim. We will survive and live our life fully to honor our loved one. This is so very true. Okay, your healing message for today is going to be, I am sad. That is what grief feels like sometimes. Let me have my own experience of it. Okay, I recognize sadness as a part of healing. And your other healing message is, healing grief does not mean you forget. There will always be a hole in your heart. It will still hurt, less often though, okay? Allow the power of grief to further your healing, and remember that your love is forever. So these are your messages for today. I know it can't bring your loved one back, but it can bring some daily information, daily wisdom, some insight to your loss. And I know that, you know, this is hard. I've been down this road before, you know, and even with my own father's passing, it's one of the reasons why I bought this deck in the first place, is to connect further with my father, because I was already getting all of these messages, which is really weird. Like, all of these messages I had been receiving on these cards, the Talking to Heaven cards, for years. And then I wound up buying this deck, and then it was kind of crazy because it really confirmed to me that these messages are really coming in from heaven, that I really do have that connection with my father and other loved ones, not only in a dream state, and our loved ones do love to come in and talk to us, and especially when we're sleeping. What's funny is their mouth never moves, because they're telepathically connecting with us, and it's kind of crazy. I've got some wild, crazy dreams about my dad and different things, and they really do connect in a dream state. They send us, signs from nature, numbers, things like that. Even music. Like, I've heard music that I know my dad would have listened to, and it played multiple times throughout the year in my time of need on different platforms like the FM radio, XM radio, Spotify, and it was just too consistent to be just coincidence, so pay attention, stop long enough to, and I get being on autopilot, I get that, but try your best to really absorb what's happened and try to accept things as they are. I know this is really difficult, especially if this person passed away a bit faster than what you were expecting. Even for them, they're just saying, they're sorry, please forgive them. They are with your family, they are with your pets, clearly, and they couldn't tell you enough how much they love you, clearly, with this card being here. So, just let that card resonate today with you if you lost your parent, your mom. No matter what you take away from this, that they love you, okay? So I hope you love this reading today. I can't do too long of a video. It takes a long time to really upload all of these. But, yeah, this is your Talking to Heaven reading. Tomorrow, I can't wait to see who's going to come through. And if this reading resonated with you, I cannot talk. I have not had coffee, y'all. I literally put you guys before my coffee this morning because I felt like there was messages that needed to come in, and I really wanted to focus on that as a medium and as an intuitive. So I don't like coming back to things when I'm reading. Like, I like to read as the information's coming in and the feeling of someone wants to come through today. And I do these readings, honestly, and don't post them. Like, I do readings and I don't videotape them. I'm always reading in the mornings, during the day, at night. It's constant. Trying to figure out who's coming through, who's trying to communicate, things like that. So this is part of my normal routine. Sometimes I get coffee before this starts happening to me. But today, I didn't get to have coffee, and the messages were already starting to kind of come in. So I went ahead and put some cards up to kind of see who I can figure out who's trying to come in. So if this is your mom, just know she's with you. She loves you. So sorry for your loss. And I hope you really like the healing grief cards that I have, along with the Talking to Heaven mediumship reading. But much love and light to you. May your Monday be blessed. And may it go fast. And may you not work too hard. Okay. Hopefully you guys don't have the Monday blues too much. But much love and light, guys. Signing out by you, Queen, the Crazy Tarot Lady.